Woof woof! Hey guys, it's me Marcus, aka the Mad Dog, and thank you for tuning in to another video. So maybe you heard, but the Eisner Awards for the year 2020 just got announced the other day, and all the winners have now been declared. Congratulations to everybody who's won something, even though, let's be honest, there's a very slim chance that any of them are watching this video. But to me, I'm very confused by the Eisner Awards because they are the equivalent to the Oscars for the comic book industry. I think it's great, but realistically it doesn't seem like anybody actually pays any attention to whether or not a book's won an Eisner or not. And as well, if somebody recommends something to you just on the basis that it's won an Eisner, it doesn't really hold much resonance to you. For me, it kind of feels like the equivalent to people with football teams, because you've obviously got like your favourite, the one that you follow the most, in a similar way to that you might have your comic series that's the favourite. If it wins the championship or if it wins the Super Bowl, then that's great and you're obviously going to brag about it. But if the series or the team that you love more than any doesn't win the Super Bowl, or it doesn't win an Eisner or the Premiership, you're not really going to look at it any differently. But I thought it'd be fun to turn this into a challenge, and I'm going to see how many Eisner winners I've actually read. So I'm only going to take this from a few categories, and they're going to be best single issue, best short story, best serialized story, best continuing series, best limited series, and best new series. Because honestly, I would be surprised if I've read 20% of the Eisner winners, and I'm going to tally it up, and at the end I'm going to see just how much I've read. So I've got my laptop on my knee, it's like we're living in the future, and let's just get started on this. So starting off, we've got the best single issue category. Now some of these got renamed later on, but it's pretty much the same thing. In 1988, the winner was Gumby's Summer Fun Special #1, which I have not read. Sandman 22 to 28. Now I've got these in the omnibus format and I had the paperbacks before, but I can't remember if I specifically read this one. Now I've kind of made the rules to this, so if you own the book you can also include this as something that's on your list. But don't really know why it's best single issue, and that's 6 issues long, but regardless, that's one that I've read. Batman Adventures Mad Love. I have actually read this, so that's one that I get to write, and I still need to get that deluxe edition. 1996, Kurt Busiek, Astro City #4. I have not read this, and I hope they do some omnibuses of it. 1999, Hitman issue 34. I used to have the trade paperbacks of this, but I sold them because I thought they were doing an omnibus, so I have to mark this down as one that I have not read. 2000s, Tom Strong issue 1. Now I've read Tom Strong, I had the hardcovers, sold them a few years back, which is something that I greatly regret now. 2001, Promethea issue #10. That's something that I've got in my collection. 2002 is 8 Ball issue #22. Have not read this. 2004 was a tie, which I didn't even know that was something that could happen with any kind of award ceremony, but we've got Conan the Legend issue #0 by Kurt Busiek, which I should have read by now, but I have never got my hands on the Colossal Conan. And there's also the Goon issue 1. Now I have read the Goon issue 1, so that's an 0 and 1 at the minute. 2005, we've got 8 Ball issue 23. I feel like this 8 Ball is something that I should read, but I've just noticed that 8 Ball issue 22 won in 2002, and issue 23 came out in 2005, so that must have been horrible to read in single issues. 2008, Justice League of America issue 11 by Brad Meltzer. Now the deluxe edition's just come out. I'm planning on buying it, but I haven't got it yet, so I have to mark that down as a 0. 2009, there was no award given, so I'm not putting a 0 or a 1 next to my name. But how is it that no award was given? Were there no single issues that came out in 2009? I suppose collecting them at that time, or was that just like them throwing a strap and they're like, none of you have won this year? Continuing in 2010, we've got Captain America 601, which I believe is included in the Captain America Lives omnibus, and I have actually read. 2011 is the Hellboy Double Feature of Evil. I don't know for certain if that's in the library editions, so I'm going to mark it down as a 0 just to be a bit harsh to myself. 2012, Daredevil issue 7. I have read that. 2014, Hawkeye issue 11 by Matt Fraction. I have read this, and I've also got quite controversial opinions on the Hawkeye series by Matt Fraction, but we'll save that for a different day. 2015, Beasts of Burden, Hunters and Gatherers. That sounds pretty cool. I don't know what that is, but I unfortunately have not read it. 2018, Hellboy. I can't even pronounce that next word. I'm not even going to try because it'll probably come across as deeply offensive, but still, that's a 0. The winner this year was Our Favourite Thing Is My Favourite Thing Is Monsters, which just doesn't sound grammatically correct. Yet again, one that I haven't read. So that's everything for the single issues. We're off to a great start. I got 25% because I've read 8 out of the 32 winners. To make this a little bit quick, I'm not going to run through every single one that I have or haven't read, but I've just followed up with the best short story, and with this one it gets even worse. I've got 18% because I've read 5 out of 30 of these. The 5 that I own is 1995, The Babe Wore Red, which is part of Frank Miller's Sin City. 2004, Death by Neil Gaiman in Sandman the Endless Night. Knight. 2012, The Seventh by Darwin Cook, which features in Richard Stark's Parker the Martini edition. 1997, which was Heroes, a story that is in Batman Black and White issue number 4. And a fifth one that for some reason now I can't seem to find on my list. Now the next category is the best serialized story, and I have done much better in this one with 11 out of 14. For some reason this award only seemed to run between 1993 and 2006, but I got a lot of these in here. So I got the 1993 winner, which was From Hell. I got 1994 with Bone issues 7 to 11. 1996 Strangers in Paradise issues 1 to 8. 1997 with Starman issues 20 to 23. 2000 with Tom Strong issues 4 to 7. 2001 100 Bullets issues 15 to 18. 2002 The Amazing Spider-Man issues 30 to 35. And I got years 2003 all the way to 2006, which was Fables issues 1 to 5, Gotham Central issues 6 to 10, Fables 19 to 27, and then Fables 36 to 38, 40 and 41, which is just a random combinations of numbers. I think, why not just include issue 39 on it? It's kind of a shame that category is not running anymore, because that actually sounds like the series that I tend to like, which is probably why they stopped doing it. Next category is Best Continuing Series, and I did quite well in this one as well. I got 22 out of 32 of the winners over the previous years. So in 1991 to 1993, Sandman won, and I've got the omnibuses. 94-95, Bone was the winner. 1999, Preacher was the winner, and that should have been the winner for literally every year that it was published. 2002, 100 Bullets. 2003, Daredevil by Brian Michael Bendis, which is one of my favourite series ever. 2004 was 100 Bullets again. 2005, The Goon. 2006, Astonishing X-Men. 2007, All-Star Superman. 2008, Why the Last Man. 2009, All-Star Superman again. Like, did this have really bad publication issues or something? Like, I swear that was only 12 issues long. Why was it getting published both in 2007 and 2009? 2010, The Walking Dead. 2011, Chew. 2012, Daredevil by Mark Waid. 2013, 14 and 15, Saga 1. And again in 2017. And then in 2018, Monstrous 1, which is a book that my girlfriend got, but it's part of the Dog Pound, so I'm going to class this as a technicality. After that, we've got the Best Limited Series, and I got an even 50% of this. Yes, I got 15 of the 30 winners of this category. And they are 1988 winner Watchmen, 1995 Sin City A Dame to Kill For, and 1996's Sin City The Big Fat Kill, 1997's Kingdom Come, 1998's Batman The Long Halloween, 2002's Hellboy Conqueror Worm, 2003's The League of Extraordinary Gentlemen Volume 2, 2005's Amazing DC The New Frontier, 2006's Seven Soldiers by Grant Morrison, 2008's The Umbrella Academy Apocalypse Suite, 2009's Hellboy The Crooked Man, 2010's The Wonderful Wizard of Oz, which I believe should be in the Oz Omnibus, 2011 Day Tripper, which I just got in, 2012 Criminal The Last of the Innocent, and technically I've got 2018's Black Panther World of Wakanda because it was free on Kindle Unlimited. So technically it counts, but I did create the rules for this. Okay, so I realised as I was editing this video that I completely didn't record the last bit of it, which is the last category, which is Best New Series. So if the lighting's changed a bit, if my hair's even messier, if I'm even fatter than I was in the rest of this video, please just forgive me. I've even dug out the t-shirt that I was wearing from like my 2 wash pile just so there's some continuity. But for this final category, Best New Series, I managed to score 11 out of 27, which gets me 40%. And the winners that I've had in my collection are 1999, which was The Inhumans, 2001, which was Powers, 2003, which was Fables, 2005's winner, which was Ex Machina, 2006's All-Star Superman, 2007's Criminal by Ed Brubaker, 2009's The Invincible Iron Man by Matt Fraction, but even though it won an Eisner, it's still not good enough to get an omnibus, is it, Marvel? 2010's winner, which was Image's Chew, 2011, which was American Vampire. There wasn't an award for 2012, maybe there was just no new series. 2013's winner, which was Saga, and 2016's winner, which was Paper Girls. But there's some in this list that I reckon that if it's a couple years from now, I'm probably going to have on it. So the honourable mentions, even though they're not going to count, I'm going to put Kurt Busiek's Astro City, because if they did omnibuses of that, I'd probably buy them. Top 10 by Alan Moore, because I missed out on getting that Absolute Edition. Queen and Country by Greg Rucka, because I remember I fanboy recommending that for years. Sex Criminals by Matt Fraction, Black Hammer by Jeff Lemire, and another one by Jeff Lemire, Gideon Falls. I get the feeling that a couple of years from now I'm probably going to have ended up buying some of them because I do actually want them. But we're only counting books that I've owned, read or currently own, so I have to go with the final score of 11 out of 27. So those are all the main comic book categories for the comics that I'm most likely to read anyway, and I've totaled it all up. So out of a total of 165 winners, I've read 72 of these, which comes out at quite a bad percentage percentage of 43.64%. And if you're a fan of numbers and you want it by the individual category, going from worst to best, in last place we've got the short story, which like I said I've read 5 out of 30, which is about 18%. The penultimate one was single issues, which I've got 8 out of 32, which comes out at an even 25%. Then we've got best new series, which I've read 11 out of 27, which comes to about roughly 40%. We've then got best limited series, which I had at an even 50% with 15 out of 30 selections. The runner-up, we've got best continuing series, which I've got that I've read 22 out of 32 winners, which comes out at quite a nice 68.75%. But the category that I've read the most out of is the best serial series, which I've read 11 out of 14, which gives us 78.57%. So that's the video, and hopefully you enjoyed it. I like doing these different kind of videos and try and think a bit outside the box. I think this should hopefully prove that the Eisner Awards, you shouldn't really be bogged down about it, because even though they're the most prestigious award, you know, I haven't read a lot of them and I've been collecting comics for over 10 years now. There's probably people that might be closer to about 90% or something like this. I haven't even got 50% yet, so don't feel too bad if a lot from this list is missing from your own collection. But I would like to see what other channels have read from this list, just to see how useless the Eisner Awards are to us all individually. So I'm going to call out 5 different channels, and the first one that I'm going to nominate is the Comic Board. I honestly, hand on heart, believe that he is the quickest reader that I have ever met in my life, so he could probably start watching this video, start reading all the winners of the Eisner Awards, and by the time he's finished this video, he's probably read them all and will get 100%. But still, firstly I'd like to see how he does. Secondly is going to be my boy Clarence Price. I want to see how much he's listed. He's genuinely like the nicest guy on YouTube, not just in the comics community, but just in general. Thirdly, I'm going to shout out the Omni Dog. You know, I'm the Mad Dog, you're the Omni Dog. Let's see how many you've read, because I genuinely feel like he's got that plethora of knowledge, so it'd just be great to see how many he's read. Fourthly, I know I'm calling out quite a few big channels here, but you miss 100% of the chances that you don't take, so I'm just going to take a leap of faith. I'm going to ask the Uncanny Omar to do this challenge to see how many Eisner Awards he's read, and with how amazing and extensive his collection is, I imagine that he will be well over 60%. And finally, I'm going to call out the Kingpin himself. I'm going to call out Gem Mint Collectibles. He seems to have quite a lot of similar tastes to me, so it'd be interesting to see how close our percentages are. As well, if you want to take part and do this challenge, by all means do so. It's not limited to anybody. Like, I don't really have that much sway or power over the YouTube scene. So give it a go, send it me across on Instagram and I'll have a watch for you just to see how well we compare. If I've called you out and you don't want to do that, it's fine, it's just a little bit of fun, but don't feel too pressured to do it. But comment below, do Eisner Awards mean anything to you? Do you always follow them? Do you take recommendation from them when the winners are announced? And if you like this video, please remember to give it a thumbs up, and if you didn't like this video, why did you get this far? Please subscribe if you haven't already. Remember to click that bell notification, because when we hit 500 subscribers, I am going to do a live stream with you. Check out some of my links. I've got a brand new Facebook page so I can keep you updated, and I'm always posting about deals and stuff in my Instagram stories. But until next time, just make sure that you stay safe, keep reading, and keep barking all you mad dogs, and I'll see you at the next video.